So we have an issue right now with the 179th urban holding area that we want on behalf of property owners to be able to release so they can do with their property without these restrictions with the holding area. We also think it would be good development if wisely done, provide more housing, more affordable housing, just get back to a market model for the housing industry in releasing this property for development. The problem has been with the capital improvements that are necessary, all the road improvements, intersections, and supporting infrastructure, that the capital cost, roughly $66 million, was exceedingly expensive. Now, the first 900 units or so, from homes to condominiums to apartments, would be just the start. So once that infrastructure is in place, you can't just simply divide the cost of the infrastructure by number of housing units, because it's going to open the aperture for future development over the whole Discovery Vista area, which is about 4,000 acres or so. So it'll be good for the county ultimately. However, the fight since January that I have been leading, and I think successfully so, is having options of funding that do not tax our families, whether in the unincorporated area in District 4 or throughout the county. The first set of options back in January were to raise taxes substantially, to reach back into banked capacity. And there were some counselors that supported that. I thought it was inappropriate to even consider it. Finally, after a couple of months, county executive branch has put together some options that don't include tax increases. That fight has continued to get better options. So we've raised surcharges on the developers. We've raised and projected transportation impact fees. So between surcharges and impact fees and direct development by the developers, they are contributing enormously to this project privately. So we've gotten finally in the last week or two another option 8 and option 9 on the table, both of which don't increase any taxes or tax burden on our families in the 4th District. So I see that as, I think we've got the 3 votes now on this no tax option. We'll find out in a couple of weeks, but I think it's a success, and it came from the hard pressing of myself as well as the county manager in getting those additional funding options on the table. So the developers are paying more, and we are not going to tax any of our citizens if the vote goes the way I am hoping and projecting. And quite frankly, there was no positive or potential yes vote for me to increase taxes, and I made that clear to all the other counselors as well as the county departments that are putting together these estimates. So I think we've got forward movement. I think we've got now a funding option that's going to work, and I think we're going to be able to release this urban holding that's been in place for 12 years and skewing the market and taking away property rights of all of our constituents out there. So we're hoping to remedy that situation with a good overall funding model.